I'm going to open up with the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 10. I have a video here I would like to share with the scripture also. So I'm going to read 26 and 10, Isaiah. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not uphold the majestic of the Lord. So the wicked, the Lord is saying they will not learn righteousness, no matter what smooth words they come out with, no matter what they show you or gifts they give or anything. They cannot. The Most High Yahweh and Yahushua is saying they cannot learn righteousness. Okay, that's what the Lord is saying, and I believe it through my experiences also. Okay, so let's go also precept on precept. Let's add the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2. Book of Jeremiah. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and I'm going to read verse 32. Okay. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? So the Most High is quite unique. With his personality. Okay, he's telling you right here. How can a maid work and forget her ornaments, the things, her supplies that she has to do her duties with? Okay, or a bride her attire. So a wedding gown, the cause and the acts and all that takes place with grooming and getting ready for a wedding, a bride. Okay, all the things that she has to do to get herself together, to clothe herself for her wedding day. Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Okay, because we forget the Lord. Okay, he's saying my people. Okay, that's possessive. He say, why torments thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones they ways. So the Lord is just like he said it in Isaiah 26 and 10. They cannot learn righteousness. So the Lord taught them, okay, the ways that they're displaying all over the earth. Okay, the lying, the stealing, the going from nation to nation, bringing Catholicism, bringing their philosophies, okay, their traditions all over the earth, and robbing the people of their resources and their goods, raping the women. And I'm not just talking about physical rape, I'm talking about mental rape. This is what this beast does. Okay? So let's let this video play, and then I'll continue with a few more scripture.
Not thanking him, and they're not going away. And also, just in the last little while, we've heard from former President George W. Bush. He has said this is not the time for us to lecture. It is time for us to listen. It is time for America to examine our tragic failures. And as we do, we will also see some of our redeeming strengths. Tragic failures certainly rings true. Carl.
Amelia, come back to you soon. Thank you.
Alexis Daesh is in Hollywood for us, and Lexi, protesters have now taken over a freeway.
Yeah, they have, Ali, and there is another really big demonstration going on here in the heart of Hollywood. This group was, we estimate, 500 plus, and what they're now doing is essentially circling the very centre of Hollywood, which is where we are now. They are trying to keep them out of here, and they've got the National Guard essentially forming a line here, and all their troops are stationed past this line. They've got all their armoured vehicles here, and they're on standby and trying to keep this demonstration away from this part of Hollywood, the intersection of Sunset and Vine. There are some protesters here as well, though. You can see on the corners, and here we have a protester with us. Ma'am, we're going live to Australia. Just tell me why you wanted to be here today and what your message is.
Because this country never protected black people from the moment they brought them here. They have mistreated them and they are targeting them until this day, and we have had enough. We stand with the black community. We're tired of it, and they're lucky we're not looting right now, because they are trying to say that the looters are bad people. The media is not doing a good coverage of showing what is really happening. There are cops that are coming and destroying and looting as well. Misleading.
Thank you for speaking with us, ma'am. So as you can see...
So you heard what she said. Now, she said there are cops looting also. So Esau has promoted this wickedness, you know, and all these people gathering, all these protests. He is very deceptive, very deceitful. Okay, so let's see what the Bible say about his deception here. Let's go to the book of Job. Now, I wrote a few scriptures down, but I'm going with the Spirit right now, okay? Because if you look at the book of Job, chapter 15, in verse 6, and I'll read, "Thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I ye. Thy own lips testify against thee." So Esau is being revealed by his own kind. This is what's going on. Okay, prophecies is definitely being fulfilled. Now, also, let's see what the Lord say in the. Let's go to Proverbs 17 and 15. Okay, because Esau is not going to get away with this. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, and I'm going to read verse 15. Salakia 17 and 15. Okay, now continue with the video. "He that justified the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even thy both are an abomination to the Lord." So if you justifying these Edomites, Edom, Esau, which is the progenitor of the Edomites, the Lord's saying they're the wicked. He said that's an abomination. Okay? And if you condemn the just, because Jacob is the just, the 1/3. Okay, we're waiting on the Lord to come back. We're not out protesting and all this chaos. Because what did the Lord say about all these people protesting? Let's go to Isaiah 17 and I'll read verse 12. "Woe to the multitude of many people." Listen, that the Lord is saying woe means destruction. "Woe to the multitude of many people which make it a noise like the noise of the sea, and to the rushing of nations that make a rushing like the rushing of mighty waters." Okay, so all this rallying, all this protest, which if you go to, let's go to, I think it's 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 3. He said, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall thy well understand that the Most High speak of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. I'll keep reading. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So that's what's going on now. The end is being manifest. Okay? Because if you read 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9, it'll say, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with this uproars of the people and this multitude. It's like, why do the heathen rage? Okay, so because that's what's going on. If you look at the book of Psalms, because I go with the Lord say, you know, I just, that's just my nature. Let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 2. And he says, verse 1, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Okay, so prophecies is being fulfilled. The Lord saying this is a vain thing. The people are raging, and people are getting put to death out here, man. And it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. So let's continue.
They're passionate, they're angry. As I said, there is another demonstration going on essentially on the freeway in downtown LA. They are trying to block the freeway there. A curfew kicks in this evening, Ali, 6 p.m. again. Last night, they made a number of arrests as a result of that curfew and as a result of some of the looting that was going on here in Hollywood. It'll be interesting to see if, with the second night of that curfew, whether it makes an effect, whether there is a deterrent after having seen all those arrests last night, Ali. But at the moment, things seem to be under control here, and as I said, plenty of troops on standby.
All right, Lexi, we'll check in with you in a little.
Okay, I'm going to end it with the book of Job, chapter 5, and I'll read verse 12. He disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay, so Esau is going to have a big disappointment in the end, because the Lord is going to come here by fire, and by his fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And I'm just paraphrasing Isaiah 66, I think 15. Okay. Matter of fact, I said I was going to end it, but I'll end it with that verse. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 66, and I'll read 15 and 16. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. Okay, so the chariots are the so-called UFOs. We call them IFOs, identified flying objects. Okay, he said, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Them that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree. What is that garden? That garden is your Christianity churches. Okay, that one tree is that minister that's not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, and not teaching about the children of Israel. Okay, this is wearing a necktie. Okay, wearing a suit, not wearing fringes, not having a beard on his face, not waking up the lost sheep. Okay, that's that garden. He said, in that one tree, behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh. So this is an end time prophecy in the so-called Old Testament, because the Most High say come in the volume of the book. Okay, it was written of him. All right. So he said, eating swine's flesh and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord. For I know their works and their thoughts, and it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. So I'm going to say thank you and all praise to Yahweh and his beloved son, Yahweh Shai, who we ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay? And thank the brothers out there teaching and preaching throughout the earth with sincerity and hard work, diligent preaching out of the Bible, precept on precept. Okay, so I want to say shalom, family.